Hi, I'm Stephanie with KCR Community Resources, and we have Michelle Hudon from the Allan Nature Center joining us today. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'm really glad to be here today.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
You too.
Even not in person, but almost.
It's close.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the Allan Nature Center.
I'd be happy to. So the Allan Nature Center is a small interpretive nature center located just above Vernon as you're driving into the city of Vernon. And we are committed to promoting nature and doing our best to increase awareness of habitat conservation. So we're small, but hopefully we're mighty. We have a lot that we try to get out there and get our visitors engaged and interested in not only the nature that's around Allan Nature Center, but the nature that's around the Okanagan.
That's great. I had fun last year at our event, just checking out the wingspan measurement thing, and I know you probably do that a lot when we get together in person.
Yes, yeah, we do. I mean, we cater towards, well, anybody who's interested in nature, but we also run education programs, we run nature-based education programs for children, and we try to run nature-based activities for anyone who's interested, and try to do as much hands-on as possible and visuals. When people come to the Nature Center, we've got information about different habitats. We've got taxidermy, so people who maybe haven't seen certain animals up close, they're able to get a better look at it through taxidermy that has been donated to us along the years. And we have a live beehive here. We have a live turtle and a snake that are on loan to us. We even have a black widow spider that's safely contained. And we try to have as much as possible for people to learn and people to appreciate what we have around us.
Cool. Yes. How do volunteers make an impact on your organization?
Volunteers are such an integral part of Allan Nature Center. I mean, as far as I've said, the Nature Center, we're pretty small, which means that we also have a small staff. So in order to greet visitors, give them a nature experience, to help with education programs, to help with the grounds and the gardens, it's really important that we have volunteers. They're the lifeblood of the Nature Center. We couldn't do what we do without having the help of volunteers.
Yeah, and you mentioned right now, which is a little bit, we're recording this a little bit in advance of when we're going to be playing it, but you mentioned right now you're doing a virtual garage sale and volunteers are helping with that.
Correct. First of all, I'd like to say this year is the 20th anniversary of Allan Nature Center. And before we were even open, we had an interested group of people, supporters, who were looking to fundraise for the Nature Center. And they started off about 25 years ago with a garage sale. And we have been doing that garage sale fundraiser for 25 years.
Wow.
This year, with COVID happening, we have had to change our approach, and we decided that we would try an online virtual garage sale. We started it last week, which was the week of Labor Day, so second week in September. We're going to try and run through hopefully till the end of October. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So far, it's been successful. It's actually hard to keep up posting items online because some of them are going faster than we can put them up.
Right.
But it's a different experience, but so far it's worth it. And yeah, could not do it without the volunteers.
Absolutely. Well, so then the garage sale will still be going on when we upload this video. So that's great.
It most likely will still be going on.
Yeah, cool.
Because we still have a lot of things that we can sell and raise money for the Nature Center.
Great. What types of volunteer opportunities are available right now with your organization?
Well, we have a variety of volunteer opportunities, starting to wind down a little bit because we do close at the end of October. and open again in April. But ideally, what we're looking for as far as volunteer opportunities go is we need volunteers to help with our education program. We have education program, we have visitor services, so it's nice to have volunteers who are willing to take over the front desk, greet visitors as they come in, and provide them with an interpretive experience. We also need help not only in the gardens, but also in the grasslands. And what we try to do in the grasslands is we're mostly looking to eliminate invasive weeds.
Right.
And so what our volunteers do is, with the help of other volunteers, they learn which weeds are invasive and how to remove them, when to remove them. And what else? We need office help. We always need office help, and garage sale help. And there's something else in there. Oh, events. We are often invited to festivals from surrounding areas. And so what we do is we will take some volunteers with us. We set up a table and we just inform people who come to the table a little bit about what Allan Brooks is, where we're located, and what they would experience if they came to the center. So that's another way that we need volunteers. Hopefully, we will be able to use volunteers for events again next year. And I think that's it. There's always something that needs to be done, and no matter how big or small, but we always seem to find things that we need volunteers for.
Absolutely. Are you looking for any volunteers with specialized skills?
It helps, I guess, specialize. Like when we're looking at the education program and working at visitor services, we are looking not necessarily for people who have the skills to provide interpretive information to people, but people who are willing to learn and who are interested in that. Because I think it comes across when you have the passion for learning and you have the passion for the nature that surrounds you. It comes across in how people are dealing, or how people deal with the public. So it's not so much a skill base that's necessary, but the desire to learn and the willingness to give it a shot.
Right. Good. Do you have an expectation of a certain number of hours per week or hours per month that your volunteers would contribute?
Not really. I mean, we're happy to have volunteers give us whatever time they have to spare. And no matter whether it's an hour here, an hour there, or, they give us more time, no matter what they do, the time they give us has a positive impact on the Nature Center. And we want volunteers to come here to feel that they don't have to commit to a specific day, in most cases, a specific day or a specific time. So no, we don't really need a specific time. It's whatever people are willing and able to give us works for us.
What about orientation and training? Do you do regularly scheduled orientations, or is it as volunteers come? And then what sort of training do you provide?
Right. This year it has been giving volunteers orientation and training as they came in. What I would like to do next year is actually set up specific days and times, at least for the orientation, so that people can come, get an orientation of the center, and then if they decide that they are interested in volunteering with us, I could go in depth with more specialized training depending on what it is they want to do. So I think that might be the best way to handle it next year.
Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
If I were interested in volunteering with Allan Brooks Nature Center, what are the steps I'd need to take to get involved? Okay.
First and foremost, probably the easiest way is to send an email to me, which is volunteer@abnc.ca. So fire off an email, say, Michelle, I'm interested in volunteering. What do I need to do? And I can get back. We also look at people who have found us via our website, which is abnc.ca. And if people are on our website, they can locate the volunteer section and they can submit a request or an interest that way. They can also call the center. Like I said, probably the easiest way is just to send me an email. But we will take volunteers any way they find us.
Anyway, they come. Is there anything else you'd like to tell an interested volunteer?
An interested volunteer. Well, I guess probably the main thing I want to say is I think the volunteers that we have are, what we appreciate the most is how committed they are to the Nature Center and the positive impact they do have on visitors to the center, because how their enthusiasm and their interactions with the visitors that we have here are what makes the center the place it is. And we love our volunteers and they do so much for us. I don't know if that really answers what you were saying, but I guess I just want to get across the point that it's the commitment and the wanting to learn. So actually that is something else I want to say, because the new volunteers we've had this year, a lot of them are expressing interest in learning more about nature and having the opportunity to learn hands-on. For example, when we have volunteers out in the grasslands, they're learning about the invasive weeds and, you know, what they can do to get rid of invasives, not only at the nature center, but they could also do in other places, such as their homes, or if they happen to be out on another property and they see invasive weeds, they'll know what to do. So I'm finding that learning more about the environment and the nature is important for our volunteers. And coming to volunteer gives people the opportunity to connect with other people who are like-minded, and to, especially if they're new to the area, it gives them the chance to, what's the word I'm trying to say? Gives them the chance to connect with other people, which I think is really important.
I think even if you're not new, just finding those opportunities to connect, because we've been so disconnected.
That's true. And I think that may be why we're seeing a little bit of an uptick in volunteers this year, because people do want to connect with other people that they haven't been able to connect with, and they also want to get back to nature.
Yeah, and they know in volunteering in a center such as yours, they're going to meet different people, but it's all going to be in a safe environment, because we all have to follow the COVID protocols. So yeah, it's a good opportunity to.
It is. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to just enjoy nature, and yeah, we hope that our volunteers would feel the same.
Great. Thank you so much for your time today, Michelle. It's great talking to you.
You too, Stephanie. Thank you.